All right, more practice. So, Fusion Lesson 6. For this one, we're going to practice using our mouse less. So we're going to try and use our shortcut keys more. So let's do a 2-point rectangle, which is a shortcut of R. And we're just going to draw a box. And instead of clicking and then adding dimensions later, we can type in our dimensions right now. And you can use your tab key to shift between the two dimensions, and you're going to make your height 2.5, you're going to make your width 3. Hit enter. We're going to use the fillet We're going to use the fillet command, but there's no shortcut here. It'll take you directly to 3D modeling. So you got to go up to the modify, and you're going to click here and here, and that automatically rounds over the corners for you. So we're going to use a fillet of a 1/2 inch, so 0.5 will be our radius. And notice how we don't actually have any dimensions clouding up our screen either. We may have to go in and add those to get things to kind of lock down. So let's add in some more dimensions. We want from center, we want that to be 1. From the side, we want that to be 1.5. So everything's locked in at this point, and we can add in a few more features. And because we're getting more comfortable with sketching, we're going to add in more features into the sketch. So let's use the shortcut C for circle, and let's add 2 circles here. I'm going to make them purposefully different sizes because we're going to constrain them. So we're going to use our equal constraint, and we're going to select that circle and make them equal, and then we're going to dimension one of them, and we are going to make the diameter 0.5. And the last thing we need to do is we are going to draw a slot right here. So start around this location, click and hold so we get our little arc tool. Over again. Make sure that we're using our alignment tools here. Make sure you get that dotted line. Click and hold again. And there. Now I only got one tangent there, so I want to make sure I take my tangent constraint and make sure that that is tangent as well. You should have 4 tangent indicators on there. Now, to place this, we want it centered on the origin point. So we have to do a little bit of extra work here. So I'm going to hit the escape key to get back to my arrow and hit L for line. And I'm going to select my origin point as the start for this line, and I'm just going to drag it randomly off to the side. So this just puts a random line there. Hit escape to get back to your arrow. And I'm going to select this line. I'm going to right click, or if you're using a touchpad, 2-finger click. And I'm going to change this to a construction. You'll see in the menu there's an option for normal construction, and it becomes a dotted line. What that means is it's just a reference line, and it's not going to interfere with anything. We can't really align with a dot because there's 360 degrees of rotation, but now that we have a line snapped to 90 degrees, we can orient those. So we're going to use our constraints. We're going to use coincident. We're going to select that circle and select that line. And now we can finish dimensioning this. So we're going to use dimension from center to the center of the circle. We're going to make it 0.5, and the width we're going to make 1. So that finishes our sketch, and here's an interesting shortcut key for you. We're going to take and go directly to extrude from this. So you can actually use your solid shortcuts while you're in the sketch. It will automatically take you out of the sketch. So the shortcut for extrude is the letter E. So I'll hit the letter E, and I automatically go to extrude. And I'm going to select the profile that I want to extrude, select the direction, and for this we're going to go 2 inches. Hit enter. And this is actually done with that shape. So the more and more shortcuts you use, the more comfortable you get with all these little things. That's why we're going so simple with these. The faster you can create these shapes, and the quicker you can get your ideas down. So go ahead, make sure you get a screenshot of this, and save this as Fusion Lesson 6.